Man, oh man, it has been quite a month for airline PR departments, and it is not over yet. We now have Delta Airlines, a pilot caught on camera hitting a passenger. Take a look at this video. It was obtained by TMZ. Oh, we had to bleep a few words out there. I am joined by Robert Schalk, a defense attorney and former prosecutor, and Mercedes Colwin, Fox News legal analyst. Thank you both for being here.
Great to be here.
So you guys watched the video along with our viewers here. A little craziness there as you're trying to get off the plane. You can imagine running into that. You know, is there a payday here for somebody, Robert?
I think there could be. I hope there isn't. And the reason I say there could be is because, as you outlined, there's a PR debacle here. You just had United Airlines pay an undisclosed amount of money, which I'm sure was a large sum, to the passenger that was dragged off. And now you have a pilot placing their hands on a passenger. Although the two passengers started fighting. He was clearly trying to just break it up. He stepped in for a matter of a millisecond, tried to knock their arms together and pull them away. He decided to step back, which was smart. They did a full investigation. They've allowed him to go back to work. I just hope that this woman doesn't file a frivolous lawsuit trying to get paid, and I hope that Delta doesn't cave into the pressure and give her any money.
Mercedes, what about you? What do you think?
That's a great point. I feel like we're going to see exactly the same in this argument. I do think there's such frustration by passengers. It's a jetway. They're trying to get off the plane. This ruckus starts. Pilots are actually pretty favorable amongst jurors. Jurors like pilots. They're the ones that safely land our planes for the most part. It's not someone else that's been involved in this. And as you said, it was quick and easy, and he walked away. So I think they're probably at the end.
Yeah. Is it sometimes just easier to settle when maybe they shouldn't?
Well,
have you opened a can of worms?
Yes, you can open a can of worms, but I also think that sometimes they obviously don't want the publicity being bad. And number two is they're going to look at it and say, well, I'm going to pay my lawyers this amount of money to defend this and possibly take it to court. They're going to be billing me hourly for every phone call and email they send. It may be better off to just offer what's known as nuisance value. Here's a small sum of money, and maybe we can make it end.
Mercedes, here's the statement from Delta, actually. They said, we became aware of the incident in a video last week and immediately removed the pilot from duty while we completed a thorough investigation. Local law enforcement was called to respond at the time of the incident. The pilot has since been returned to work as our investigation found that his actions de-escalated an altercation between passengers on the jetway floor during deplaning. So this is where Delta stands on this. Is it possible that these two women could actually be in trouble?
Could be. I mean, it depends. I mean, I don't know. I didn't see anybody else was involved. I didn't see that the pilot got struck, but they did not file any charges. They don't have any criminal charges pending. They didn't want to continue. They're apparently friends or related. Somehow they knew each other, and that's part of the issue of what happened. Just their anger and inflamed, and they ended up having this incident. But I don't think there's anything is going to come of it. Unfortunately, everything gets captured now. Anytime you're out there, you say to yourself, anything I do, it's going to be captured on film. It's going to go viral. It's going to go and somehow it's going to be in the ether and the internet, and it's going to live on forever.
Or is that a good thing that we're able to have this kind of evidence when things pop up?
Yeah.
All of these cameras.
Yeah, in today's digital age, obviously, you see everyone's taking their phones out to record everything. Everyone's Snapchatting everything, putting it on Instagram. It's a good way that we as a society can police each other, and we can help. Obviously, this pilot, actually, in my opinion, thankfully for the video, get exonerated from any wrongdoing. Because if there was no one videotaping it and this turned into a big to-do about him placing his hands on a passenger, that looks bad when you report it in the media. But now that you have this video, it actually helps him, because in my opinion, it shows that I don't think he did anything wrong. He was trying to de-escalate it, as Delta said in their statement, and that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, one of the scary things when you watch this video, these two women, they start the skirmish, they run against the wall. There's this poor woman sitting there in a wheelchair as they brush by her onto the floor. I mean, are airline passengers just going to get sick of all this?
Probably. I mean, certainly it really had a life of its own with the United passenger. I mean, frankly, I was glued to, how many times did we see it? Hundreds of times, everywhere, in every outlet. I do think at a certain point there's going to be a saturation point where the passenger's like, enough is enough. Things happen. We're all crowded in these little planes. Things, we're already upset. There's delays and whatnot that are really going to make us angry, and we have to just move on.
And we will see what happens next week in airline travel. It seems like there have been so many developments. Robert Schalk, Mercedes Colwin, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.